City talk. Let's get it started. City talk. Let's get it started. City talk. City talk. With my man, roll. City talk. Let's get it started. City talk. Let's get it started.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of City Talk. I'm your host, Gerard Carter, and this is the host,
Yo, Big Four.
And before we get into it, download the CoyoteMan TV show network app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and you can find it where you find your mobile apps. So, Vo, let's get into it.
Yo, let's get into it, man. What's good?
See that hat you got on?
Yeah, you
man.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rock with him to the end.
Yeah, I'm rocking with him most definitely. I mean, because the offense looked amazing. You know?
Yeah, well, for you know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, they did well. They just didn't make no adjustments.
Right. There was a lot of rookie defensive players out there.
And yeah, like that was back there in the secondary.
Right.
I don't mean no harm. Somebody like Tyreek Hill and Weddle, you don't have no offense. I mean, a lot of them brothers out there was almost looking like they was almost looking like they was fans.
Right.
Like they was fans a little bit. Like, oh shit, that's Tyreek Hill. Oh shit, that's Weddle. Like they almost kind of look
the
like
referee effect when they used to play. I mean, referee with Jordan.
Yeah. They almost
right.
had that when he ran through, and I was just like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like, yo, you put the best on the best. You whoever it is, whoever the vet is, yo, you don't let nobody get behind you. You bend but don't break.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That made me mad. Lamar had a really damn good game.
Right.
He had a good game. I know he said he rather had the win.
Of course.
Course. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? But the Ravens definitely need to. It's still a lot of football to be played. Take this, lick your wounds, rookies. Go back and watch tape because you can clearly see a lot of coverages was blown.
Right. A lot of
just blow. No, don't get me wrong. Tyreek Hill does he do this.
Right. That's
right.
At
the end of the day, you line the best player up on that best player. And I mean, like third and long and all that should have never happened.
How about Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay?
Yo, they did their thing.
And they showed that they have some speed, so Baltimore's not lacking,
Yeah, and Houston looked good for a brother that's up in age too. He did his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The offense definitely, they got to get back to running the ball.
Yeah.
They got away from running the ball because they could have controlled the clock a little better. You know what I'm saying? This is a growing pain. I mean, I could see some of the things that they ran on. I would have did this on John Madden, the video game. So it's just like, yo, at the end of the day, I just hope that they take this. They made the Dolphins really look better, and they gave them more confidence than really what they were.
Damn sure.
They have good players, but that wasn't. They just let them come back and all that. But they gonna get exposed next week when they go against Buffalo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Patriots coming up, so. You know, I'm a rock with mine. You know what I mean? I'm a Raven man too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I like the Dolphins. My mother was a Dolphin fan.
Oh, okay.
So I like the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying?
I used to like the colors back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I like them just as long as they like. We play them twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we beat them once a regular season and in the playoffs before we go to Super Bowl. I'm cool with that.
There we go.
But that's it.
There we go. Hey, but look, Marilyn Mosby was supposed to go on trial last week.
Okay.
And it was postponed because some issues with witnesses and stuff like that. So the jury selection wasn't made, and they postponed her trial actually till March. Okay. So I think they're showing her love where, you don't want to lose an election and then possibly get convicted of something while you're still in office. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Marilyn Mosby, you heard what the court just came out and said
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't really touch on it too heavy, but yeah, I just saw, you know what I'm saying, it was with the situation, what was it, with the, something that was a case that was over 20-something years old?
Yeah, like Adnan Syed, his conviction was vacated today after him serving 22 years for, they said he killed his girlfriend, Hae Min Lee.
And that was back in
1999.
1999. Okay,
right.
Yeah. I do remember hearing about that. So, But he did do 20 years, and they
22
said
years.
22 years. So, okay, so what happens now? Because I don't understand. Like,
Well, the prosecutors basically are saying Marilyn Mosby's office said that although they are not saying that he's innocent,
okay,
but they say that it's enough information that could point to possibly not being him as the killer.
okay,
So, a lot of people were saying, well, hold up, the family is, they're going to be upset. But if he is in fact not the killer, I think the person that really killed Miss Lee should, be tried and prosecuted, and then the family can know that the real killer is doing the time. But from what I understand, I was listening to the press conference, and it's two people out there that's probably sweating because she said that it's two people of interest that possibly could have been the ones that either did it singly, or those two people could have acted together to kill Miss Lee. And she said they have evidence from, I guess, back in 1999 for one of them at least saying that he would make her disappear.
okay,
And then they've been following, their whole life, their whole criminal history. And one of them has had apparent, assault on women
okay.
over time. So with them letting Mr. Saeed out, I don't believe that they're not going to look at these people of interest and try to bring him in,
Yeah, but 20 years of your life, dog. I mean, like, yo, he pretty much. I mean, how much time did he initially got for?
Well, the original sentence was life plus 30.
Okay, so life is what 20, and then it's the 30 on top of that.
Right.
So that's 30. What's that? 50 years.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well.
But even still, I mean, yeah, I don't want to make light of that because if, he was the killer, I believe he should serve his time all the way to the door. But this information that has been coming out, it's been information for years because he was the subject of a podcast called Serial.
Okay.
And that's when I think he first started trying to get another trial because with different information coming out, he was saying, it's not me. The first trial ended up in a mistrial in 1999. And in 2000, he was convicted.
Okay.
So,
and did they say anything about tampering or anything like that? Was it tampering?
Well, it was evidence that wasn't allowed to be presented, and they said they had cell phone information that put him, in the area.
Okay.
But now that information, 20 years later, they said they would tear that up in court.
Okay.
So.
Uh-huh.
I wish him the best though. If the man did not kill her, I know he was overjoyed to walk out on those steps today.
20 years is still a lot.
He's 41 years old.
Yeah. Damn.
So that's got to be crazy to go in at 18 and 19 years old. This is the first time you've seen the light of day at 40.
I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even, what was that, doing that? There wasn't even no FaceTiming and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He definitely feel like he in the future.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he was seeing a little bit of the technology while he was in jail, in Baltimore. But speaking of, that time he did, he did 22. So this is something that, I came up on and I just was like, is this real? They had two space probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. They went out in, I believe it was 1977.
Mm-hmm.
And they predicted that they wouldn't get past, I think, Neptune.
Okay.
It's 2022.
Right.
They said they still are receiving images from both of those satellites. I mean, not
so one went out of the probe. So the one went out in what year?
77. They both went out the same year.
Okay.
But like one went a few weeks before the other one.
Okay.
And they have entered into interstellar space.
Because I remember that they used to show that little movie joint down at the Science Center. They used to show the Voyager and they took pictures of like all the different planets and everything. But I think they wasn't gonna get Pluto because at that time Pluto would have been way out.
Right. So they didn't pass Pluto, and they are 15 billion miles away from the Earth. The Voyager 1 is 15 billion miles away. The Voyager 2 is 12 billion miles away.
Damn.
I mean, it's just like, is that real?
So they still receiving images?
They still receiving images, and they say they plan to receive images until 2035. So if you guys can make a space probe that can go 45 years plus There's nowhere in the world I should have to change to get the oil in my Honda every 3,000 miles.
Right.
Nah, it just don't make sense. Something y'all keeping away from us, or this ain't real. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of crazy since we on that tip. You know, I say this as a paraphrase. You know, the man found a way to, you know what I'm saying, to put people on the moon. You don't believe that, but to put people on the moon, to send a Voyager out there that's how many miles away again?
15 billion and
15
12
million,
billion.
15 billion miles away from this planet. But nobody has still found a way to get into man's hearts. Nobody found a way to do that.
Well, you know what? I was looking at something last night about that, honestly, and because when you talk about your heart, it's not your actual heart. Your heart doesn't do anything but pump blood. Everything is in your brain, so that's your consciousness. And it's like consciousness is not predictable.
Yeah, I'm just paraphrasing, brother.
No, I'm just, but all right. Well, you know, your heart, your mind, you know what I mean. Whatever
like,
your feelings
emotions
are
and
located,
everything.
right?
It's just like,
But that's your consciousness, and that's not predictable, because you know you could feel a certain way. The person sitting next to you, it could be your child, your girl, your brother, your best friend. They could feel totally different, and y'all still cool,
right?
But it's just like your consciousness is going to make you feel the way you feel. You know, and there's certain people, the energy don't mesh together. You know, you ever went somewhere and like you didn't have something against that person, but you just didn't feel they vibe wasn't, you know, you just don't like being around them.
Well, the real person is really not on the outside. The outside is just the shell.
True.
You know what I'm saying? The shell is just the shell of the person. That's just like, yo, you could look at something that look nice, but then when you really get them, how many times you dated a chick and you like, damn, you was really attracted to somebody. Then you get to date them and you like, oh, she really fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
now, how many times that 6 was cool as I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look here, and that can go for the brothers too. You know what I'm saying? You made a brother, she might be attracted to him. You know, he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I
A
mean?
wavy head, yo, be beating on. But speaking of like what you were saying, getting into man's heart, because you know everybody doesn't have a malicious heart. You know what I'm saying? But some people do, and it's been a report. This is crazy. It's been a upkick on violence to animals. Somebody went on some people's property and beat a llama, broke the llama legs to the point where they had to euthanize the llama. And they said,
when this happened, huh?
Yeah, somebody baited the road with food, and then when the seagulls came out to,
I heard about that.
They ran over the seagulls, man.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like you said, everybody don't come from the same place. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I mean, like if you got a good heart, I mean, whatever. If you can hurt animals, children, and all that, like, you know,
it's something wrong with you.
Something, you know. But there's a lot of people out here running around because if you can do things like the animals at an early state, then they said that you could become a murderer or so.
They said Jeffrey Dahmer was used to kill cats and stuff like that.
So, you know, so.
And speaking of Mr. Saeed's being vacated his sentence, I do believe that Miss Mosby decided to give the new state's attorney a gift. Here you go, Ivan.
You know,
because that's going to be something that, you know, it's going to take up, you know, some of the first part of his administration. You know, he's one focusing on crime and stuff like that. And, you know, this is going to be a high profile case. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, look,
we got to pay some bills.
Yeah,
hey, and before we pay these bills, if you are not insured, underinsured, or even if you do have some insurance, this next commercial probably will help you out. Pay attention. Raw and Vull with City Talk. We'll be right back.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present because the future is not promised. Act now.
Start. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to City Talk. This Big Rod and this Vor over here. And we about to get back into it. So Vor.
What up?
You heard what you had talked about what Greg Abbott did months ago.
Right.
So you heard Ron DeSantis from Florida. He took a page out of Greg Abbott's book.
Right.
He sent 2 planes with a total of 50 immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. They all up in arms saying it's a humanitarian crisis, you know what I'm saying? And they sent a few immigrants to the border czar's house. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Okay. I don't want to say her name.
No.
But, you know, the opposition is saying Mr. DeSantis is using people as political pawns, you know. I heard Biden, he did a speech too, you know. But it's just like, if you are the governors in those border states,
right?
You know, they said we need to share the pain. You know? So it's funny because, man, I should have went down there and crossed the border and just didn't say nothing because the ones that went to Martha's Vineyard, they already got jobs. They already put them up in everything's nice up in Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
But they quickly got them off the island, though. So it's okay to, you know, flood Texas, flood Florida, flood all the southern states. And when we bring them to your house, you know, it's crazy because they had those signs up that say, no human is illegal. Now, immigration is definitely something that needs to be handled in this country different. But at the same time, okay, if no human is illegal, then let them come into your house. Bring them in your neighborhood.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with them coming. I mean, you know, let them come. I mean,
but we got limited resources. Let them come. Who gonna feed them? Where they gonna live? That's why I said the immigration process needs to be changed. But you know, you can't have people just coming in because that's honestly, like, all right, everybody that's here illegally, they get government assistance. Like, you don't have to be legal to get a driver's license. O'Malley made that, you know, because people come up here and work. But it's just like, I don't know. I kind of look at it like that takes away from any opportunities that we could have.
No, well, a lot of people don't want them.
I understand, but I wouldn't make it to the point where, you know, it as an American, you kind of look at it like, well, damn, like, I don't care if I didn't want that, but you're gonna give somebody that's not here the opportunity to do something.
Right. And
then once, you know, you gotta figure once they get a foothold, and like I said, I'm not against.
Well, charity starts at home, but I mean, like, yo, at the end of the day, everybody immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
No. What I'm saying is, you got to follow certain rules to come. And you know what I mean? You can't just bogart and all right, go down Morgan tomorrow and sit in one of the classes and be like, I want to learn. I should be able to learn. Right?
Technically, you could do that. You don't got to pay. You could go sit in there.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you can.
No, you couldn't.
Just won't pay for it. You can't.
You're not on the roll.
You ain't got to be on the roll. Just go in there and sit in there.
You can't go sit in the class.
Yo, you know what? I'll put some money on this. We can go in there and sit in the class and just sit there.
But, all right, we could go there and sit there. But at the end of 4 years, could we say, give me a...
No, but you did. But you learned something for free. You sat there.
I don't know. I think security would be called.
No, you just said I'm just saying. Hey,
I'm gonna ask my daughter.
I'm in here. I'm
gonna ask my daughter. I think security would be called Morgan State Police.
You go over there and shadow. You go over there and shadow a student.
Now I can see if you saying that's my child.
Yeah, you just sitting there just shadow.
You couldn't even do that in Baltimore County School. If you don't have a child in there, they're gonna tell you.
Just sit there. Just go over there, try it out. Just go over there, fuck it for the shits and giggles. Go over there, yo. That'll really be good for City Talk. Go over there.
You're gonna be on the knees.
No, you ain't. You go over there, sit in there, and say, "Hey, I did 4 years."
You can't even get in the building.
Take the test too. Say, "Fuck,
give me a scan." You can't even
Professor,
get in the
give me a Scantron. I've been in here long and I study. I've been in here studying and shit.
I don't know, man. I just look at some of the things that one side is saying that they don't like, but like the people that were against the wall. A lot of those people live in gated communities and stuff like that. One of them was my sister. She said, "Oh, they shouldn't build no wall. That's crazy." I said, "Well, I can't come to your house and just walk up to your door. Would you want that?" She said, "No."
I ain't got a problem, man. Let them through, man. Let everybody through, man.
Let everybody through.
I mean, like,
then you're gonna be complaining when it ain't enough for you.
Okay. Hey, look here, brother. It still ain't enough.
But it's gonna be less.
I'll figure it out.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, but I'm gonna get into one thing real quick. Let me give my my homegirl, Miss Mizell, the one that was up here a couple weeks ago. They got a musical play coming up. It's called Star Love Funktopia, September the 23rd, 24th. You know what I'm saying, at 8 p.m. at the Voxel Theater. So
where's the Voxel Theater?
That's over there. I think it's 9th and 25th Street. Over that way, but Google it. You can just Google it.
Okay, the Vox Theater.
Okay,
shout out to
Mizell.
Yeah.
And I wanted to touch on this. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but you heard about what happened with Brett Favre, right?
No.
Oh man, that's heavy. Brett Favre, okay, him and a former governor of Mississippi, Phil Bryant. Mm-hmm. What they did was they was texting back and forth, and he wanted to build. He went to Mississippi. I want to say State. Mississippi, one of the universities there. I think that, what I'm saying, he went to school that Brett Favre went to, and he wanted to build a volleyball facility there. So Brett Favre was, on the chairman board and all that. So what this governor, Phil Bryant, told, and they was going back and forth for text messages. Brett Favre said, "Hey, look, I don't mind doing it, but will this ever get out?" You know what they was doing? Taking the welfare money from Mississippi and putting it into this volleyball facility, and Brett Favre got caught up in the text. So
hold up, they was taking the
money for welfare, and Mississippi is one of those states that they really don't really give out like benefits like that.
Okay.
So they took money from welfare
to whatever was in their budget,
and they put it into the university.
Wow.
So Brett Favre got caught up, and they got the text message records and all that. He said, "Will this ever come back? And it will ever come back on me?" So assistants, secretary.
So what was Brett Favre's role in it?
He was like the chairman at the, what I'm saying, for the money to get channeled through the university.
Wow.
So I'm interested to see how this plays out. I'm just interested to see how that. So Mississippi ex-governor Phil Bryant and Hall of Famer Brett Favre. I just want to know how this is gonna play out, and we just some good old boys. I just want to see how this gonna play out.
That man. But it's crazy because
I'm not pretty sure that ain't the first time this happened.
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time this didn't happen.
But it's crazy because it's like a lot of these NFL scandals that have been involving, white people, egregious things seem to just go away. Because you remember when what's his name, the New England Patriots coach,
Bill Belichick,
and he texted the wrong person.
Yeah,
he texted the black guy.
Y'all had to. Yeah, Flores.
Right.
Flores said
because both of them had the same first name. That just went away. Yeah. You heard anything about it? Belichick's still out there covering his mouth.
I just want to know, like, and that's just like if we on that tip too. I didn't get it all that information, but the Phoenix Suns, the owner, he was sexually harassing the women. He said a lot of inappropriate things around the women. They suspended him for a year, and I think they gave him something like $1.5 million. And it was just like, and it's just like, yo, he can't show up to no games this year. He's the owner of the team. But it's like, yo, like once again, it's like But your boy, what's his name? Deshaun Watson, he kicked out some real bread here, and he's not on the team. He's not in the facilities. It's just like kind of
He
like
missing the first 9 games, right?
11.
11 games.
So it's
okay.
like first
that's
it was
the whole
6.
damn near the whole season.
Damn near the whole season. So it's just like, yo, hold up, man. Like, yo, if anything, yo, I feel as though we should hold people to a higher standard a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, even remember when your boy, what's his name, the owner of the Patriots,
Robert Kraft.
Kraft. You remember he went to the little
down Florida.
Yeah, he went to
the
the heavy ending spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? He went up in there and yo, like they was surveillance in the spot. They like, yo. And then he went back the next day and went back. They like,
he said, love me long time.
Yo, he went back. So, and you ain't heard nothing else about that. You ain't heard nothing else about that. So what's the difference between Deshaun and Kraft? It's like,
or the thing is, I still look at it like Deshaun got taken care of because he got a free season. To not have to pay, he got what guaranteed? His whole contract is guaranteed, right?
The contract he do.
$230 million.
I'll take that. I mean, he had to pay. I think he had to pay something crazy out of that. But I mean, 200 something.
That probably was the backroom deal. We're gonna give you the big joint because you're gonna have to give. You know what I mean, Buford his cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but did you hear about what's going on in Haiti?
No.
Haiti, they got violent protesters that's flared up because in Haiti they didn't went up on the fuel prices. They had to hike the fuel prices and everything. They burning tires. They blicking off in the street, and they got a lot of gangs over there too. So they raising all kind of hell in Haiti. And it's just
that's a barometer for us to look at for the rest of the world because when crises start, a lot of times they start in the third world countries. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they definitely planning on a recession. Thursday, I think they got another Fed meeting, and they plan on raising the basis points another 3, which is 0.25.
Okay.
So they might do 4. So they might raise it a whole percent. If they raise it a whole percent, because they saying inflation is still going crazy. You know what I mean? Okay. I was in 7-Eleven the other day. You know that pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
Yeah.
You know how much it was?
How much?
$7.29 for a pint of ice cream.
You can go get you some cheap ice cream from like you know what I'm saying? Don't Giant still got the Giant brand and all that?
Yeah, but I mean, I just happened to be in 7-Eleven. I didn't want the ice cream. I just looked at the price.
Oh, okay.
And I just was like, God damn, $7.20 for some ice cream? You know, and you know, the price of goods are going to keep on going up.
But of course they're going to go because, you see what's going on in Puerto Rico with the Hurricane Flanona. You know, they didn't tore up. I mean, yo, once again, they still ain't giving Puerto Rico the help that they deserve. I mean, like, yo, they're still...
Well, the Puerto Rican government take all the money.
No, they still an independence of the United States.
The Puerto Rican government take all the money.
Okay,
it's money over there.
But it's still no excuse to have people sitting on their cars and on top of their houses neither.
Well, if the government take all... The Puerto Rico carried like some of those African countries where like the leader is the only one that got money. You see him, he chilling. The people broke. My homegirl that worked at the whatchamacallit with me, because I was saying the same thing, and she was like, man, the Puerto Rican leaders take all the money that the United States give them and live good themselves. She said they don't give it to the people.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you got charity starts at home again. You know?
Well, I mean, hey, if somebody gonna steal what you supposed to go in your put in your house, and ain't much you can do.
Oh
like,
man,
sheesh.
Hey, look, did you know? I know that the Queen. I know they put her to rest today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was looking at the crown. I was looking at the crown on the coffin, and I was just kind of looking, and I just kind of thought, and I said to myself, I said, how many diamonds you really think that the people in Africa, the brothers in Africa, picked out the ground for that?
Man,
and I had my cousin said every last one of them.
That crown and the scepter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To me, that concept is, I just, she gone, rest in peace. You know what I mean? But I think, all those jewels and all the mini mansions and stuff like that, that should return back to the people some kind of way. Y'all don't need all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you said you never flew before, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, don't you know that little hole that's on the airplane? Well, anyway, it's a little hole. It's 2 windows and there's a little hole down there. I found out that hole is to activate the important safety if the window it was the shadow, it was the break, and the outer window would go first. So that window,
okay.
so that keeps the pressure in and all that. So I always wondered that when you fly, you see that little hole down at the bottom. You're like, yo, why's that hole there? So so if it was the window was the shadow, that first one go and that one stays.
Everybody
So
don't
that's
fly out the plane.
Yeah, so yeah, because it's gonna be a mass hysteria.
Everybody fly out the plane.
No, if you keep your damn seatbelt on, then your ass won't go out there.
I don't know. It might rip you out the seatbelt. That pressure.
No. But hey, look, I'm gonna hold it. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it might take the seat.
I don't know. I think I'm a little too big to go out that window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
I think I might be a little too big to go out that window. So,
hey, but look, it's crazy though, because with that immigrant situation, now California's governor is saying that they're going to try to bring kidnapping charges against DeSantis and Abbott for sending them people up there.
Who's coming up with this?
That's the governor of California wants to do that.
I mean, come on. I mean, if you ain't got nowhere to put these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, then what you do? You know, the first thing.
No, he's saying they should have stayed where they was at. You displaced those people, and that's kidnapping.
But he did ask. Well, that is a form of human trafficking. You know what I'm saying? That is a form of human trafficking.
But if you're not supposed to be there,
what? Look,
and
man.
the thing is, the people don't want to be in Texas. They was like, "Thank you, you put us closer to New York," because they sent some to New York too.
Okay, I just have somewhere for the people to go, man. You know what I'm saying?
Build the wall.
No, I disagree.
Build the wall. Stand in line.
I disagree.
Do it the right way. We wouldn't be able to go to nobody's country and do that.
Well, I didn't get a chance to see the wall. I mean, my folks got brought here by ship, so.
Right, but we wouldn't, at this time, if you wanted to just go and be like, I'm coming here and do this.
Maybe I could have been the one in Africa to say, you know what, we're going to keep our diamonds. You're going to have to pay for them. Maybe I could have had a diamond. I could have had a diamond factory.
They ain't just do it like that. Don't believe that they just went down there.
I could have had a diamond factory, y'all. I could have sold the queen her diamonds.
Right, but then your uncle was the one that sold you out.
No, he wouldn't have, because we had integrity.
You know what I mean?
We wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying?
You see where we at. That obviously didn't happen.
Speaking of integrity, CSX didn't go on strike.
Yeah, that was going to mess the economy up. And all them people wanted more was a little bit more per hour, and they wanted paid days off. I mean, non-paid days off. They said, you ain't even got to pay us. Give us, because that life is not the easiest life if you up and down the coast, back and forth across the country.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody ain't on the road either.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad they didn't go on strike, because that was going to hurt a lot of stuff.
Oh, Biden had to jump up and do that.
No, that was going to hurt a lot of stuff, because lot of stuff.
Biden had to jump up and do that.
Yeah, because it wasn't just CSX. It was going to be Amtrak.
Everything, because all the railways was going.
All the railways was going down.
They signed that joint like 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, they wasn't playing around with that. They wasn't. They was not playing. And speaking of railroads, the B&O Railroad Museum has opened up a new exhibit on the Underground Railroad network, opening on September the 24th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So someone else ain't been down there.
Not really interested.
Oh, okay. I shit. You know what I'm saying? I like the B&O. It's kind of cool. B&O. And 125 years old Notre Dame University in Maryland. That in 2023 they're going to make that a co-ed starting in the fall.
Yeah, I heard about that. They run out of customers.
Really?
Yeah, the attendance is low.
Oh, so they're going to make it a co-ed.
That's the only reason why they did that.
Okay, I didn't know that. So
Villa Julie did that like 20 years ago because that was an all-girls school, but they ran out of customers.
Okay. So they're gonna have co-ed and all that.
I was thinking about, you know what? I might sign up at Notre Dame.
Well, why don't you go to Princeton, because you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm gonna go to Notre Dame. Not for the students, for the professors, I'm sure some nice lady professors up there.
Yeah, you might learn something.
I can get some extra credit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like out there in Westminster, Utah. Where they got that, they showing.
I don't want to take the class. That would be after class.
Oh, after class. Have you noticed, like lately? Have you noticed in Maryland, right, when the sun come up and the sun down there is like orange? You can see it really good. It's really orange. You know why it's orange?
Yeah, the sun's positioning is changing.
No, that's not it.
Oh, you talking about
equinox
when it go down?
When it come up and go down.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why that is colorful like that, bright orange like that, they said in Maryland and the East Coast states, a lot of them is because of the wildfires that's all the way in California and the smoke and the western jet stream came west. So by the jet streams coming over, they saying that's why we get to see.
Boo.
I mean, hey, look here. I'm not the weather.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the
I
weather
was about to
man
say I went to
and all
school
that.
for meteorology.
Okay,
for a second,
but that's what they said. They said due to the smoke and the jet stream is bringing it east. That's why the sun. Is
I mean, the
bright
jet
red.
stream do move the air, but
They say that's why it's California is bright orange.
yeah, but it's been like that before.
I don't know, brother. I mean, hey, yo, maybe everybody out there in California is smoking, and maybe that's
Might be coming from DC.
look. In November, people go vote on this.
HB
You know,
837.
Do you think that Maryland's gonna?
I think.
What the streets are saying?
Well, actually, the streets don't want that.
What you talking about?
You put everybody out of business.
Okay.
You know.
Meanwhile, back at
But it's going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to happen because all the customers want it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Well, hey, look. Oh, this is a good one. A lot of people are upset that. Did you hear about this? Okay, Disney now also they made the mermaid area. They done made her. They done
Black.
made her black, and she's
But they-
getting
it's-
racial. So they said 1.5 million dislikes on the Little Mermaid trailer. That nobody wants to see.
I mean, even black people were saying
Why not?
because the mermaid is white with red hair.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what a
well,
mermaid is. And the thing is, like my thing is, they're not making it a cartoon.
No, it's gonna be.
So who you gonna get to play that?
No, they got. I think her name is Holly. Her name is Holly.
Right, but a mermaid is supposed to be like
Holly Bailey. That's her name. Holly Bailey.
she's supposed to be like a young teen.
Yeah, but she's
So,
playing.
but look how she, man. I think y'all pushing the limits, making this with regular people. You know what I'm saying? You make it a cartoon, but you know what I mean. And look, speaking of the queen dying, it's like it's crazy people starting to pray to her and stuff like that, and like one day they might make her a saint, but they saying that a lady had a baby and named the baby Malibu Barbie. Okay. And somehow they relating to it being like the queen's energy and this little girl now called Malibu Barbie.
That don't make sense to me. Why they call her Malibu Barbie?
That's what her mother named her, and that's crazy as I don't know what. And was another crazy thing is your boy Nick Cannon, baby number 9.
Yo, if you got the money to afford to have them, then knock yourself out, man. That's it.
Yeah, but it ain't not all about the same people. Like, do you get to see the kids, or you just had kids?
No, I mean,
Nick Cannon is fucking. Oh,
No, they say he take care of all his kids.
I'm sure he take care of them, but how often do we see them? If you got kids spread out like that, or are they all together?
I don't know. You gotta look it up.
Yeah, he took care of this one though, because guess what his name is?
Nick Cannon.
No. Onyx Ice Cold Cannon.
Well, he taking care of that.
Yeah. Now you got a funny name all your life.
I mean, now if you got the bread to back it up, it don't matter.
Nah, Nick Cannon corny, man. Come on now.
Hey, brother, the women don't think you corny. I mean,
Ain't no woman gonna think nobody corny with bread.
Yeah, well, hey, look.
You look at all the corny dudes with the bread.
Yeah, hey, check the move though. I mean, if you got the money, if you want to go out here, I feel as though don't have as many kids as you can afford.
Let's see.
As you can
We in the
afford.
crazy society, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. WWJD.
Multiply, be free.
WWJD.
Multiply, be free. If I had the bread like that,
What would Jesus do?
you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why do you think? See, I don't want to get to the science of it all. You know what I'm saying? Because a man produces how many sperm cells a day?
I hear you.
Yeah, I could. Alone a man could replenish this whole planet all over again.
Yeah.
All over again. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's why I was like, what is it? Nine women to one man?
All y'all can sit down.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? don't get me
Hey,
started.
look, we gotta morally get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I mean, like, we gotta I believe the
All
children
right,
are the future.
wait a minute. The children is the future. You know,
So
they
we gotta
are.
teach them good stuff.
All right, okay. Well, when I sat back and when I went to Bible school and when I researched scriptures, certain brothers had more than one wife.
Right, that was in the Old Testament.
Man.
And nowadays they call Muslims.
Hey, I'm not gonna entertain.
And the thing is, look, if put like this, it's one thing.
No, okay, no, but what about the not the Amish, the Mormons? The
Okay.
Mormons had more than they had more than one wife.
They do, but if you look at their community, they ain't freak balling it.
Right.
That's all I'm
what's
saying.
considered freak balling?
Nick Cannon.
That's freak balling.
Yeah, man.
What's
Just
considered?
because you got enough money.
Hey, Sergeant,
you have as many
what's
kids
considered
as you
freak
can.
balling? What's the consistency of freak balling?
I agree with Rod with it. It's a difference.
But what's the consistency of freak balling?
Man, I don't even know the definition. I'm assuming it means that you're just doing whatever your freaky mind desires.
That's pretty much it.
And
Hey, you gotta be an example.
if
You gotta be,
building
you know,
if you build
at
a
a certain
community
point.
or a kingdom, that's something totally different. But you just out there, just
I ain't saying how you know he out there.
I don't know if
He might love all these women.
From what I understand, he takes care of all of them.
I mean, he would have to. He got a show called Wild and Out.
No,
They would be wilding out
That show's
if
done.
he getting the royalties because it still come on. They will be wilding out if Nick Cannon missed one of them payments. I'm sure he cool with the payments. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a good father, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, you Nick Cannon.
Maybe maybe that's what he's trying to do.
Fuck
maybe.
it. Oh, dick control. He has no dick control.
No, he's planning these babies.
He's planning them?
this. Yes, he's planning this. So I think y'all.
I'm
should
sure
come back
you
next
do
week.
plan it when you
No, he's
don't
actually,
don't put a
No, he's actually planning to have these children.
when you don't
so-
put a rubber on. That's the plan.
No, I know what you're saying, but he is actually planning this. So you know what? Do some research when they come back with us next week. I want to hear the story.
All right, no doubt.
Yes.
Well, we'll see y'all next week on City Talk, and we're going to figure out how Nick Cannon carrying the whole situation.
And find out what the consistency of freak balling is. Since nobody else seen it now, I'm gonna keep my damn mouth closed because I could have gave y'all a lesson, but I just wanted to see what they was gonna say.
No, you gonna give us a lesson next week?
Yeah, I'll give. Okay, cool. Hey, I'll be glad to tell you. Also, too, I'm gonna say this: the fun fact: the fall equinox, the Earth is gonna tilt on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? This Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We're going into the fall.
Yep.
So Australia and all of them, they're going into spring and summer now.
So next time you see us on City Talk, it will be the fall, and we will see y'all next week. Big Rod Vor on City Talk.
Freak balls.